Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video, and today we are going to be looking at all of the boss fights for this month's Uncollected event quest of Rocks and Rodents. So the first boss that we come across is King Groot, and he has Opportunist, Rapid Metabolism. So with rapid metabolism, he's going to shrug off debuffs quicker. So we all know he already shrugs off debuffs pretty quick when he has his Fury up. He's got Recovery, Hit Me, I Dare You. So he gains an armor up after 10 chitin charges, and this is important with Armored Assault. So when he has an armor up buff active, all his attacks are unblockable. So you're definitely going to want to bring in a nullifier here. Scarlet Witch, even though she's a 4-star, she works really well here. You could also bring in Sim Supreme to stagger, Doom. If you have a Mojo, because his buffs expire, so Mojo would be great. Get that D-Gen going. Morningstar also, she would be another really good option for this. Now, because of that rapid metabolism, you're going to want to play this as if he was stun immune. So luckily King Groot doesn't hit all that hard. I know I took a couple pot shots from him, but it happens, right? It happens. But King Groot's not too hard. A nullifying champ would be your best bet here. So, you know, again, Doom, Mojo, even this 4-star Scarlet Witch, she puts in some work and does a really good job. So next we're moving on to Ebony Maw with Force of Will, Kinetic Transference, Faltering Mind. So with Faltering Mind, his falter effects are going to last 1 second longer and reduce defensive ability accuracy. He's got Adaptive, so he's going to cycle between physical and energy resistance, and he's got Aggression Regen, so he's going to heal 1/4 of his max health every 2 seconds. Now, me personally, I always bring in a Science Champ against Ebony Maw. It's just like a nice little rule of thumb that I have for him. But Cap Infinity War, he's great for this. Now, it is often kind of hard to parry Ebony Maw, so if you want to get a heavy in to kind of break his focus, someone with a long reaching heavy like Cap Infinity War is good. Void is another really good option. Void will help out with that aggression regen, but Cap Infinity War, his special 2 just does so much damage, so he's a really good option for this. All right, and next we are moving on to Ultron, and this guy's kind of a jerk, I'm not gonna lie. And he's got armor, he's defensive, he has power focus 1, so he gains 60% power rate while below 1 bar of power, but suffers minus 80% power rate while above. He's got Enhanced Special 1, Plague Mind, and Vigorous Assault. So with Vigorous Assault, he is unblockable while regenning, and this is kind of a pain because how do we all stop Ultron's regen? We stun him with a parry, right? Right. Well, you'll see later on how that backfires in my face. So Hype probably isn't the best bet for this fight. I just brought him in for the class advantage. But there are definitely better options out there because this guy definitely evades too. I feel like he's evading a lot more than what I had expected. But you could bring in Yondu. Yondu's great for this because number 1, Yondu will armor break him, so you'll get rid of some of that armor. And also he has the heal block off of his special 1. So if you hit him, if you hit Ultron while he's regenning with that last Yaka arrow off Yondu's special 1, the heal block will last 20 seconds instead of 10. Now you could also bring in Warlock for this. Warlock's got the armor break off his special 2, and he has the passive heal block when you get his infections up. So Warlock would also be another really good option for this. Medusa would work really well for this Ultron as well because you get an armor shatter going and she'll just shut him down. So you won't have to worry about the evade, you won't have to worry about the regen, you won't have to worry about any of it. So those are 3 really good options for this fight. Like I said, Hype here probably wasn't my best decision for this, but we all make some, right? Right. So, but overall, like Ultron's special 1, it's pretty easy to dodge, even though I'm going to get clipped by it, which you will see here in a hot minute. But see how much he's evading. And so it's kind of really difficult there. So you want to bring in someone who can kind of counter that as well. So if you have a True Strike champ, that would be good as well. But again, I really think the best bets for this fight are Yondu, Warlock, and Medusa. Those are going to be your 3 best bets for this Ultron fight. Now, Venom, I brought in Venom here to kind of clean it up, since Venom does get True Strike when the opponent is 18% health left or less. So you can see the evade failed there with Venom, and also Venom can hit pretty hard, and he can also armor break off of his heavy. So now we're moving on to Quake with Spry. So with Spry, you'll get a fatigue debuff placed on you every time she evades. And we all know Quake evades when she's charging her heavy if you go in to attack her. And this is important because she also has Ghast. So while you're under the effects of a fatigue, you have 10% of your power drained every second, and you suffer 25% of her attack as damage every time you land a hit. So I decided to bring in Black Widow. Oh, she also has aggressive and aspect of evolution, which you don't really need to worry too much about. And so I brought in Black Widow here to kind of help reduce her evade, even though she doesn't really do it unless she's charging her heavy. So you don't really have to worry too much about that. It's not going to be so much like you're fighting a Nightcrawler or Miles Morales or OG Spidey, anything like that. So, and the aftershocks there got me. I prefer pushing Quake to her special 2 over her special 1. It's a lot easier to dodge. Sometimes when she throws her special 1, I don't dodge it fully, and I get hit with those aftershock charges, which will wreck you. But any champ will really work well against her. You could always bring in a skill champ, have class advantage. Someone like Nick would be really excellent against her. So you don't really have to worry too much about it. Put some DOT on her. But overall, not a hard fight. The only thing you got to worry about really with her are her Quake charges. So as long as you don't get any Quake charges on you, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Okay, so now we are moving on to Mole Man, and Mole Man has aggressive Shock Tether 2. So with Shock Tether 2, if neither of you make contact within 8 seconds, both champs gain a shock debuff, dealing 50% of your own base health over 3 seconds, and Mole Man is actually immune to shock. So he is shockingly brilliant, so any champ inflicted with a shock lands, any champ inflicted with a shock, any hit they have is a guaranteed crit during the duration of the shock debuff. He's got electric fluctuations too, so your buffs are reduced by 3.5 seconds, and if you bring in a robot, you also suffer 60% reduced ability accuracy. And he's got Monster Mosh Pit, which I absolutely love the name of this. So he gains monster mass every 5 seconds, and intercepting him removes all monster mass. And this is important because if you hit into his block when he has monster mass, he will be unstoppable. So don't do that. And you will see why, because I do it and I get caught. Now, I did bring in Silver Surfer here because Silver Surfer is immune to shock, but he still gets a quote-unquote shock debuff, which actually helps Silver Surfer out because for each unique debuff he has placed on him, he gains attack. So I decided to bring in Surfer here in case I did get a shock charge on me. It would benefit me in my attack. So, but overall, Mole Man's not too hard of a champ to fight. You can see there I hit into his block and it was no bueno. So brought Doom in to clean it up. So now we're moving on to Terrax with Galactic Intervention 1. So he gains additional attack wherever he would gain 1, and his attack charges convert into Power Cosmic, which basically increases his power rate. Okay, and then he has Powerful from Afar. So he gains a power gain buff when leaving striking distance, when you leave striking distance, and then the power gain is removed when you enter striking distance of Terrax. He also has long distance relationship, so you gain a weakness debuff when you're close to Terrax, and this can play out in your favor. If you have willpower turned on, you'll be able to heal up a little bit from it. He has enhanced energy attacks, and my favorite, just kidding, Limber. Now, he is immune to shock and bleed, and he is immune to all power lock and power steal from metal champs. So, you know, no bringing in Warlock or the Visions, but you could bring in magic. Now, I found Morningstar to just completely shred him. So you can see his little rock shield or rock field. Now, it's similar to Mephisto's, and I noticed if you have class advantage, it doesn't do a lot of damage. But if you don't have class advantage, you take a little bit more damage. So I would bring in class advantage against him. So, but anyways, guys, that's all that I got. Let me know in the comments below, have you run through this month's Uncollected of Rocks and Rodents? I love the little play on words there, John Steinbeck. What did you think of the boss fights? What did you think of Mole Man and Terrax? Did you think they were hard? Did you think they were easy? Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and hit me up in the Discord chat. Thanks, guys. Bye.